Well, hey there, Manna Church. Glad to be back with you for day 5 of this week's Morning Manna. We are going to keep looking at some words of wisdom from the Apostle Paul today with a couple verses from Philippians. And those verses are going to come from chapter 4, and they're going to be verses 6 and 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. We serve a big God. He is sovereign and in control. The reality is that nothing surprises God. It's not like when you take a worry or a concern to the Father that he is totally thrown off by it, like his day is totally out of whack now. The reality is that he is just wanting you to bring it to him instead of trying to muscle through it on your own or shoulder the burdens all by yourself. You know, this verse is interesting to me, though, because the Apostle Paul tells his readers, really tells us, don't be anxious. You might read that like me and think something like, well, if you tell me not to think about a pink elephant, thank you, Pastor Ben, what do you think I'm going to think about? The good news is he doesn't leave us hanging. He is essentially saying that there are going to be times when you are going to be stressed out. There are circumstances that will seem like they're all falling apart around you or out of control. But our God is in control. Place your trust in him by bringing all of your worries and concerns to him. Now, is his answer always going to be yes? Unfortunately not. But he will give you the answer that you need. We covered a concept in a sermon series last year that stated that the benefit of prayer is not to get a yes to all your questions or concerns. That series last year was the basic series, and we learned that when we go to God in prayer, the reward isn't the answer to our prayer. It is to be with God during those times of anxiety, concern, discomfort, and so on. It is through that relationship that you can experience true peace that can only come from God. True peace that can be present even in the midst of the storm around you. If you can get a hold of him, you gain access to the peace that surpasses all understanding. God bless you, Manna Church. I hope to see you back here tomorrow for our last day together this week. Have a good one.